In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how fear is holding you back from becoming a better runner. Now, you ever feel no matter how hard you train, you just can't seem to run faster and longer? What if I was to tell you that your problem isn't actually your legs, isn't your fitness, but it's actually that squiggly clump of cells here? If you don't understand me, I'm talking about your brain. Yep. And the issue with your brain is the fact that you have fear in the way. That's like the wall. You have fear as a wall. And fear is really like that sneaky monster that's just holding you back. But stick around and I'll tell you exactly how to conquer this disgusting monster that is fear from holding you back. And you can just become a better runner once you've conquered this thing. So let's go. Now the thing is, I've been competitively running for years. I've finished top 3 in countless races. I've got trophies and medals to prove it. I've won races in multiple countries and I'm only 19. But let me tell you, it was really never smooth sailing. I used to get a lot of butterflies in my stomach before races. In fact, I still do, but not to the point where it makes me sick anymore. And this fear, it feels like your brain is trying to sabotage you before your race. And you haven't even started it. But over time, I was able to conquer my fear of running, which sounds ridiculous to think about. But everyone has this fear of running. It doesn't matter who you are. And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can conquer it. Now, this is going to sound a bit stupid, but hear me out. When I was younger, I was scared to run the 5K park run on my own. And when I say on my own, I was too scared to run ahead of my dad. I had to run right next to my dad the whole 5K every single week, even knowing I was faster than him. And to be fair, I was young, so it's plausible. And by young, I was 14. I know, ridiculous, right? It's just ridiculous. But that's the thing about fear. It's completely irrational. But at the time, it felt like a big deal. But then looking back, it's hilarious. Why was I scared to run on my own? It's funny how something so small held me back for years. Things I was doing this for years. And it was only this one day where I decided to take a big risk. And I ran ahead of my dad alone. Oh my goodness. Oh no. And guess what? Ever since I did that, my progress started to tenfold. I went from running average times of 26 minutes with my dad, literally cutting 2 minutes per week with minimal training. So I went from 26 minutes to breaking 20 minutes for 5K in 3 weeks or so. So at that point I was sitting on a 90-minute 40 time. That easy. Just from conquering the barrier that was fear. It was an insane time. And let me speak to you directly right here. Everyone has their own personal fears. And the fears that you have at this point in time may seem like a big deal. They may seem rational. For example, being scared to push too hard in a race. But here's the truth. It's only once you conquer those fears that you see how stupid and how small those fears were. And that is actually when your progress will start to tenfold. And it could be one little fear that could be completely holding you back. Now, don't be like the 14-year-old me. Now, here's how you can face your fears and finally break through. Let me give you an example of one of my clients. They were terrified of running a particular pace. They were convinced that they would feel too much pain by running at that particular pace. It was 5 minutes per kilometer. More like under 5 minutes per kilometer. And by the way, I don't like using miles. I never use miles. It's just confusing. Use kilometers per minute. It's just easier to understand for me. Anyway, sidetrack. But anyway, my client was scared of burning out, scared of possibly getting injured from running just a little bit faster than what they're used to. So I worked with a simple strategy with them. Distraction. So I thought if I was able to distract their attention from the fear itself, then they would be able to forget about the fear. So I told them to put on their favorite playlist with their favorite songs on and to run the 5K race. And guess what? Not only did they hit their pace, but they ran even faster at a pace of 45 kilometer, where they ended the race in 24:03 or something, which broke their PB by a long shot. And they even said to me that it was actually easier than they imagined. It was easier to run even quicker than what they were scared of. And most of the time, it's not actually about the pace, it's about the mindset. If you want to stop letting fear dictate your running and push through that wall and smash your running goals, then I would love to work with you one-on-one in my high-ticket mentoring program. I'll help you build mental toughness and the confidence that you need to become the runner that you've always wanted to be. No more fear, just results. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe. Now, if you want to know how to get through your running wall using this Navy SEAL secret, then click this video right here.